Okay, I know what you're thinking. A video talking about Ninjago box art? That sounds stupid. And you know what I say to that? You're absolutely right, this is a very stupid idea. But hey, I guess that's just the person I am. Oh wait, that doesn't sound right. As a guy who cares way too much about how the box art of his games or DVDs look, I think I'm the most qualified person to discuss the art of Ninjago box art. And I don't think anyone else is stupid enough to do it either. In this video, I'll be going over how the Ninjago box art has changed over the years, excluding the bizarre DVD covers, as I already touched upon those in my Weird Ninjago Media's Weird video. That is totally cool and totally awesome, and totally worth your time. You should totally watch it or I'll totally commit arson. Now that I've secured a spot on the FBI's watch list, let's start our dive into the world of Ninjago box art by turning back the clock to the very beginning, with the first wave of sets released in 2011. Every Ninjago fan knows the classic box art from the pilot wave, a nice red border at the top and bottom of the box, with the top having a generic red ninja in the top right corner, with a black smoke detail added in for a somewhat mysterious look. At the back of the box there would be a PNG of whatever character included in the set with their name proudly slapped on top, along with a little checklist in the bottom left, displaying all 4 of the golden weapons, something that had become a staple for many Ninjago waves after, making sure kids knew they had to spend even more money to get all those precious collectibles. The Rise of the Snakes wave after kept the same basic design as the 2011 wave, changing the red colour to a green and simply changing the red ninja to a green ninja, keeping some of the black smoke and adding a really nice detail, also 15 scales in the box, making this wave feel like a real step up for the theme. Guess LEGO finally gave the graphic designers a pay raise. Unlike the pilot wave of sets, there are actually 2 box art designs used for the Rise of Snake sets, with the first being the one we just looked at and the second being basically the same, but this time swapping the basic green ninja for a more detailed image of Lloyd, being ripped right off the Lloyd ZX card. This box design would only be kept for 4 sets, before once again being changed for the final battle wave of sets in late 2012, removing the serpentine scale detail and return to a basic colour of green, but with a bright gold shine over top thanks to the artwork of Golden Lloyd in the top right of the box. In the bottom right of all the sets from this wave is a golden text box, making sure to let everyone know that this is the final battle. Well, that aged poorly. We wouldn't see any more Ninjago sets until fall of 2013 with the rebooted wave, featuring an appropriate blueprint design for the header of the wave, with the titular character of This Is Insane placed on the top right of the box. Upon flipping the box around, you'll be greeted with the same collectible checklist from the previous waves, but this time to Technoblades instead of a cool saw blade design. While in the top right corner we have "Oh god, he's becoming real!" The blueprint motif the box art had is carried over to the instructions, which is certainly a nice touch and of course very fitting. Thank god they didn't carry over Crypto becoming real. After the rebooted wave, it was time for a red ninja to once again be the top right corner of the box art, the Tournament of Elements wave, featuring a close-up image of Kai in his Zukin outfit at the top right, with the box once again having a red border, this time having a nice detail of including some of Chen's Anachondrai markings. This wave would actually be the first Ninjago wave to properly display each minifigure included in the sets in the bottom right corner, whereas previous waves only featured certain minifigures. There's your useless fact of the day, I guess. On the back of the boxes we once again have a first, as this wave was the first to start including renders from the actual show, and I miss this detail so much. They stopped doing this with the Hands of Time wave and it's such a shame, as I found this to be such a charming little detail. Also on the back of the boxes for this wave was once again another first, with a small image of Wu shilling the App Store and Google Play Store, trying to get kids to download whatever Ninjago games are out at that point. Moving on, we have the Possession wave, which kept the red border from the previous wave. Boy, these guys sure do love the colour red. Oh. Unfortunately, this wave just featured a plain red border with no cool design, which is a shame as I think something like a silhouette of Styx would have looked pretty good. In the top right corner, Lloyd's face was once again plastered onto the box, with a slight green shine in his eyes, with his hood sort of looking like it's fading away with a ghostly effect, of course referencing Lloyd being possessed in the season. After the 2015 wave, we have my favourite wave of box art, being the 2016 wave. And no, that is not my J fanboy side saying that. It is my Skybound fanboy side saying that. Back then it was so cool to finally have my favourite ninja being showcased on the box's banner, and it's still so cool to this day. The bright lightning effect shooting off from the left side of Jay's hood looks so good, along with the slight blue reflection in his eyes. Words can't truly explain why I love this one stupid banner so much. But words can't explain how disappointing it is that for a second time we have another wave with a plain red border. I guess Jay's lightning does do a good job of covering most of it, along with the nice detail of having the Sky Pirates flag in the bottom left. Flipping the box, we have a small advertisement for the Woo Crew campaign that was started around Skybound's release, and another advertisement for the App Store and Google Play Store, with them promoting the Skybound mobile app, which was certainly a mobile game, alright. It's Skybound, so it's impossible for me to say anything bad about it. We're not done with 2016 yet, as Dave the Departed released later that year, and with Cole being the main focus of the special, brought along box art of him in the top right corner, having one of the best header designs as the scar has a slight green glow and the box is literally being cracked apart by its glowing element. This wave continued the detail of featuring something in the bottom left corner, with this time having Yang's lantern, which didn't even show up in the special itself, so what was even the goddamn point? It also continued the trend of advertising an app at the back, with it this time promoting the Wukuru app, which, again, certainly was a mobile game alright. Now before we look at the Hands of Time box art, it's time for a quick message from the sponsor of this video. That's right, this video is sponsored by me. I'm paying myself to tell you all to subscribe to the channel, as I really think the best way to kick 2023 off is to hit 1000 subscribers in the first month. Does this count as nepotism? Let's get right back to my really weird obsession with box art by talking about the first 2017 wave of sets for Hands of Time, with this wave being the first and only to feature 2 characters at the top right. And it looks okay. If you ask me, it would have been better if Kai and Nia's faces were combined into one, instead of being split right down the middle, only showcasing the left side of Nia's face and the right side of Kai's face. The 2 heads just take up too much space. The water spiral and fire spiral around them is a nice touch though. Another nice touch of the box art is the very subtle detail of vermilion scales, which I wish was more prominent like the Rise of the Snakes wave, but I suppose that would have made them too similar. As I said before while discussing the Tournament of Elements box art, this wave was unfortunately the last to feature renders from the TV show on the back. May they live on within our hearts. We now leave the show to look at the box art for the movie, which certainly tried to stand out against the show, completely changing the layout for the box art. Now the minifigures are displayed on the left side, and there is no more top header, with the main character of Lloyd instead taking a proportion of the right side, featuring some nature detailing to reflect in the movie's more nature-focused look. The back and side of these boxes featured a black background and a nice elegant design of a golden dragon drawn on top, along with an advertisement for a Ninjago movie app, which is literally just a Wukuru app but reskinned. I really wish that the Lloyd displayed on the right would change depending on the set, such as Jay's Lightning Jet displaying Jay on the right, and Cole's Quake Beck displaying Cole on the right, as it is their sets and could have helped this wave further stand out from other Ninjago waves. But I guess they didn't do that, as Lloyd is basically the only character in the movie anyways. Returning to the show, we have Sons of Garmadon that for the first time ever featured a villain character top right, with them literally using this PNG of movie Garmadon. All over this wave of sets is this graffiti design which fits the season perfectly, and of course how can I forget the wonderful hashtag Bean Ninja on the back of the box. What the hell does that even mean? They're using ninja like it's an adjective, which it's not. See, I would know, I only failed English twice. Moving on from Season 8, we have Season 9, which kept the graffiti design and returned to having a hero on the header. This nice illustration of Wu wearing the dragon armor and holding the dragon bone blade, with a really cool dragon behind him. On the back of the hunted boxes, we still have the Be Ninja hashtag, along with this cool mini poster that I actually have hung up on my wall. Please, one at a time ladies. Following Hunted, we have the Legacy subtheme, which would be the last Ninjago wave to use the same format introduced in 2011. And to pay tribute to 2011, the header for these sets is a more detailed remake of the 2011 box art, with the generic red ninja once again at the top right with a nice pattern running across the red. For all of the Legacy sets, you would find a note in the bottom left saying whichever season the set is from, along with a small image of the main villain of the season, which is a really nice touch, along with a QR code that upon being scanned will bring you to LEGO.com to try and get spend even more money. On the back of all the Legacy boxes, you would find a few images of the set in the actual show, and it reminds me a little of my beloved show renders, while on the side of each box there would be a nice image of one of the characters included in the set, something that helped make each set feel unique. For the last Legacy wave, they changed the box art, switching the red ninja out for a golden ninja with a golden shine across the box, paying tribute to the team's 10-year anniversary, along with displaying whatever golden ninja figure was included in the set. 2019 brought a new era for the show, and also a new era for the box art as the format completely changed with the Season 11 wave, with the Ninjago logo now running down the left side of the box instead of the top. I feel like this change really helps Ninjago stand out from all the other LEGO themes that still have their logos running across the top. On the right side we still have a main character, but this time the image is much larger and takes up more room, as well as wrapping around the side of the box looking very cool and stylized. This format will become the new norm for Ninjago box art going forward, with the Prime Emperor wave keeping the Ninjago logo running down the left and a larger image of Jay on the right, which, unlike Kai's appearance on the Season 11 box art, doesn't wrap around the side of the box. At least they make up for this by filling in all the blank space with a cool cyber video game effect. The Season 13 wave is next and somewhat altered the previous wave's formats, keeping the logo running down the left but swapping the main character to now being the bottom left and no longer the top right, with most boxes using this spot to instead proudly display this wave spinner, which I completely forgot even existed. Flipping the Season 13 box art, we find the graphic detailing that if you collect each set of the wave, you could combine all of the builds of the Skull Dungeon to create an even larger dungeon, which is such a cool idea and I wish they did this more often. The overall box art design for this wave is really good, with the metal frame being covered in molten lava, fitting perfectly with the season's night and lava theme. Next up we have the island, which returns the main character to the top right and features a really cool design of a serpent's body wrapping all over the box, emulating the look of waves to match the season's heavy water theme. This design will be carried over to the next wave for the Seabound season, swapping loadout for Ania's water form and changing the serpent's colour from red and orange to blue, and now featuring Wajir, which looks very cool. We're now here at the crystallized wave, which is definitely one of my favourite box art styles, with the red background becoming cracked and corrupted with the glowing purple crystals, along with their pretty cool alloy in the top right, surrounded by the 4 heads of the golden ultra dragon. Last and most certainly least, we have the core wave of sets that, honestly, has some of the best box art designs out of any Ninjago wave. The core sets return to having the Ninjago name across the top, helping differentiate between the core sets and a regular Ninjago wave. At the bottom right of each box, there's the cool detail having an image of both Wu and a different ninja each set, making each set feel unique. Like I said earlier, I wish I did this with the movie wave too. My favourite detail about the core sets is the illustrated background they all have. It feels right out of an ancient scroll or a storybook, with it also helping each set feel connected, as all of them, minus the Ninja Dojo Temple, feature the Dojo Temple in the background, with the temple instead featuring the add-on set Ninja Training Center, which is a really nice attention to detail. Unfortunately, on the back of the core boxes, we lose the great illustrated backgrounds to get just a plain white background. Looks like the graphic designers went on strike. This white background isn't actually that bad, as it at least shows everything we get more clearly, and for the Evo sets, shows how each set can evolve. This layout reminds me of the LEGO Mario sets that also feature a plain white background. For the 2023 core wave, they unfortunately changed the box art design, swapping out the great illustrated backgrounds for a more normal background, along with removing the image of Wu and another ninja in the bottom right. At least I did keep the trend of every set featuring the Dojo Temple in the background. And I believe that now brings us to the end of the video. I didn't go over the gimmick or spinner sets, as well I didn't think anybody would make it this far, so if you did, what the hell are you doing with your life? Looking at all the different types of Ninjago box art has finally helped me make my most important decision: the box art for my coffin.